question. What's the hardest movie you've ever seen? I mean, films that you're watching it and you're like, I don't want to do this. This is uncomfortable. This is too scary for me. Well, you can't answer because this is a one-way video and it's not a FaceTime. That's not how this works. But today I have 5 films that I thought were pretty damn difficult to watch. Don't call me a normie, okay? For if I say a film that's basic, you're gonna say one of those, like, you know, those artsy films, you know, The Cafe in Paris with a murder in its walls or something like that. I'm going films that more people know, like Hereditary. I'm a pretty big horror fan. I'm a fan of the genre, the thrillers, to the point where a lot of films don't really scare me. Scary movies, people say, oh, this one's really scary. This one's gonna get you. This one's gonna spook you to death. You're not gonna be able to sleep tonight. And most of the time, that is not true. And while I will still say Hereditary didn't, you know, shake me to my core, there are some tough scenes in this one for sure. Scenes where you're like, I don't know if I want to watch this again. Good film. Don't get me wrong. Really good film. The performances are awesome. Ari Aster in general is just usually always a win. I just realized usually always is kind of a paradox. But boy, does this film get ahead of the competition, if you know what I'm saying. Toni Collette is pretty damn good in this film. There's just a lot of crazy stuff. Again, not a scary film, but a disturbing film. It's A24. Yeah, it's Ari Aster. Yeah, that's a nightmare combo that's gonna leave you with some pretty tough imagery. And then after that, I have The Wailing. I think this one's also some pretty disturbing stuff. Not scary, for sure, but I think it's also, it might be like a culture thing because I know obviously films are different in different genres. I was not ready for this one at all. My cousin recommended it to me. Shout out to you, cousin. And pretty insane film. After that, I have Terrifier 2. Here's the thing about Terrifier 2. This is the film that I would want to watch again because, yeah, you have to watch Art freaking slice into ding-dongs like he's a mortician. Don't know why a mortician would have to do that. I'm not a mortician. I'm not Bernie. It's more funny, entertaining. Watch this with other people. If you watch it by yourself, a little more strange. The preferred method of viewing is watching it with people so they can all squirm. You can all squirm together and go, oh, look how crazy that is. Art the Clown's a freaking lunatic, right? That's the preferred way to watch this film. Up next, I have Kids. I just talked about Kids. I made a whole video about it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. I'm not going to say what this movie's about. But yeah, it's like the most devastating thing that happened to kids since Pennywise the Clown. If not more evil, to be honest, to be transparent. But yeah, let's move on. There's the video talking about Kids. The last one's Clockwork Orange. The torture scene in this movie where they're pulling his eyelids open like that, that's literally what you're gonna have to do at certain points in this movie. It's just tough, man. Stanley Kubrick has an eye for that. And I think in the beginning of the film, I don't want to say it's justified, but I understand why they do it. We have to see how crazy this guy is before he can go through his rehabilitation. I get that, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Dude, that scene where they break into the house and like mess with that couple, man, that's tough. But also, I hate that I like the fact that it comes back later because as bad as that scene is, as tough it is to watch, it's important to the story, I guess, because then later on we see how it plays back into the story at the end. So freaking hell. But yes, those are 5 films that I had a really tough time watching. Please give me yours and I'll probably check them out and I'll make a second video and I'll say, wow, look at Joe the tomato face. That's your username, Joe the Tomato Face. Wow, look at that video. He's such a genius. He's a true film bro. Thanks for watching, people. New videos every day. Subscribe. Goodbye.